Fifth graders, I'm excited to introduce you to our Chapter 7 project for social studies. During this unit, we will be doing project-based learning, which means this learning is all about you and all about what you learn and how you present it to us. So we're going to go through some expectations, and I'm going to give you some information today so that you can begin. Chapter 7 is all about comparing the colonies. In Chapter 6, we talked about the early settlements, and now we have more and more European settlers coming over and establishing new settlements and eventually colonies in what is now the United States. We're going to take a look at an Excel document. This is really going to outline what you will be doing for this project, and I have a copy of this on my Google website that you can download and take a look at if you have questions along the way. So our essential question that we need to answer during Unit 7 is, how were the three colonial regions alike and different? There are three different regions you'll be studying. They are the New England colonies, the Middle colonies, and the Southern colonies. And the sections in the text that you will need to read for each of those are listed here. The 6 different colonies that you'll be studying are Massachusetts Bay, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Georgia. Some things that you need to consider. You will need to consider reasons for founding. So why was this colony started? Why did people begin developing this colony? You'll need to consider the geography. What landforms or physical features is the colony located near? Remember, this could be bodies of water, it could be mountains, all sorts of landforms. You can refer back to Chapter 1 as needed for that. You'll also need to think about their economy and the natural resources that are available. What businesses are common in this colony, and what natural resources are available to the settlers. And finally, you'll need to consider the government that is set up in that colony. So how was their government set up, and who could participate? Your goal will really be to be able to answer that essential question, comparing and contrasting these 3 colonial regions by the end of this unit. And you're going to have to prove how each of these 3 colonial regions are alike or different. So you and your partner will be asked to gather information on an assigned colony. You will be asked to present your findings. The better the presentation, the better the chances you'll get to keep all your points. You can lose points for quality work, or for poor quality work, and for a poor presentation. So let's take a look at how you earn points. There will be 4,000 points possible for this project. During this unit, there are lots of different ways that you can earn points, and you'll need to keep track of the points that you and your partner earn. There will also be things that you'll hand in to me so that I can track your points. Some of the ways you can earn points. If you read the whole chapter, Chapter 7, and complete the graphic organizer that you'll be given today, looking at those core pieces of how it was founded, the economy, the government, and the geography, you can earn 1,000 points. If you only read about your colony and summarize that section of the text, you'll get 200 points. Doing online research and taking some notes about your colony will earn you 100 points. If you can find an expert to Skype with, or maybe even to allow the whole class to gain some information from, that's worth 500 points. And then if you bring in an expert, someone who knows a lot about that colony or that region that you're studying, that's another 500 points. Reading the further reading section and summarizing it is worth 300. Defining your vocabulary words, all of the vocabulary words for this chapter, that's another 300 points. And then when you present to us, if you can use those vocabulary words within your presentation, that's 400 points. So for these items, there's a total of 3,300 points available. But your presentation is also worth points, and these are some different ways you can present. You could do a PowerPoint, which is worth 400 points. You could create a video, that is worth 500 points. A billboard advertising your colony, that would be worth 300 points. And a research paper worth 200 points. You do have the option to do more than one presentation, more than one way of presenting the information. Finally, as you're watching the presentations of your classmates, you'll have the chance to summarize those presentations to help answer that essential question, comparing and contrasting these 3 colonial regions. And by summarizing that, you can earn an extra 1,000 points. So your quality of work will count as well. If you decide to do this example below, you would have to do a little more work to get your points, and this should say 4,000 instead of 3,000. If you decide to do all of this but your work is poor, you're going to lose some points. So it's important that you do your very best work. So let's take a look at the example. For example, if you read Chapter 7 and complete the graphic organizer, you could get 1,000 points. If you Skype with an expert, you could get 500. Summarize the further reading, you get 300. Define your vocabulary words, present a video, and then summarize the presentations. You could earn up to 3,600 points out of the 4,000 you need. Obviously, to get full credit for this unit, you will want to go back and try to find a few more things you could do to get up to 4,000. So one of the things that you'll need to be thinking about today is how will you get your 4,000 points throughout this unit? And that's something that you and your partner will need to decide together. So, who is your partner? Well, we have some partners selected for Mrs. Schlickman's class and Mrs. Wagner's class. So you can take a look and see who you are partnered up with. If partner changes occur, that information will be given to you by the teacher. But otherwise, this is the person that you will be working with in Chapter 7. You can also see the colony that you specifically will be studying. So for example, Braden and Olivia will be studying Massachusetts Bay. So as they think about their presentation and the information that they'll be collecting, that will be their focus for this project. Today, as you prepare for this big project, which will take us 3 to 4 weeks for sure, and then we'll be presenting after that, these are some things I want you to think about. Today, you're going to need to spend some time with your partner, and between you and your partner, you need to come up with a plan. You need to get started on whatever it is that will help you earn the points you need, because 4,000 points will get you that 100% A, and then we'll go, anything less than that, anywhere where you might lose points, then that will start to affect your grade. So be thinking about your plan. Be thinking about what you need to do to get the best grade that you can get on this, and to learn the information and be able to answer that essential question at the end of the project. So when you get started, figure out where your starting place will be, and then I'm sure you'll have some questions for me. And so write those questions down, and I will answer those questions and give you more information when I return. Remember that you have your textbook. Your textbook will be very handy. This is the live version, of course, on the website. But you can see here in our table of contents for Chapter 7 that all of the sections that were listed in the Excel document are here. All of the sections are listed by colony, so the colony that you are studying. So take some time to do that as well. Good luck as you work today. Again, please write down questions if you have them, and I will be happy to answer them when I come back. Have fun with this project. This will be your learning and your opportunity to do some really amazing things during Chapter 7.